My name is Linda Carty, and I'm here in the state of Texas on death row.
What kind of human being abducts a mother out of her bed with a 3-day-old child? Who does that? What kind of person does that?
Do I want to die for something that I didn't do? No. And that's my fear. It's not dying, it's why I have to die.
What's wrong? I didn't do anything. I loaned my car out, and these people used my car.
The baby?
I don't have the baby.
Where's my baby? This is supposed to be born today. You gonna born today?
Linda's husband, Jose, they have, something of a tumultuous relationship. But there was a constant, and the constant was whenever Jose said he wanted to leave the relationship, Linda would say, "I'm pregnant. You can't leave." Come May of 2001, Jose decides, that's it, I'm done, I'm out. He moves out of the apartment. So Linda tries to convince him to stay by again saying, "Hey, I'm pregnant." He's not buying it.
You accusing me too, Alon?
Kidnap?
The thing about it is that I had nothing. I was at home. I was at that hotel. And then people could swear to it because I was there. I was at the Hampton.
During the course of talking to Linda, she said she stayed at the Hampton Inn. And I said, okay, that's a clue. So we immediately thought there's a baby back at the Hampton Inn. And we sent detectives to get there, and they got our car and went in and found a lot of baby stuff. No baby.
Today's date is May 17th, 2001, 3:40 a.m. Tell me how you became friends with or how you met an individual by the name of Linda.
Linda, she tells a guy by the name of Chris Robinson that she wants to do a drug rip, right? That in this apartment where Joana Rodriguez was about 1,000 pounds of marijuana and all sorts of money. And she needs some help doing this drug rip.
She conned us. You know what I'm saying?
Conned you into what?
3 men, her accomplices, enter the home, and they are demanding money and drugs. They find very little money, and they find no drugs.
She said, get the package. You know what I'm saying?
Get the what?
The package.
The package?
Yeah.
What's the package mean?
She said, I thought it was the weed, but it wasn't. I kept telling her, I said, it ain't no weed in there. You know, I guess the package was the baby. But I didn't know they wasn't drug dealers.
She planned this whole thing. She planned it, she executed it on the spur of the moment once the baby was born. She had to recruit these guys. Well, you promised 1,000 pounds of marijuana, she got people. These are hardened criminals, they aren't kids.
Everything happened so fast, it was like, when we take the deal, we can buy some time, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
There are 2 cars. There's a car with Linda, who has the baby, and the 3 other people who went into the apartment with her in another car. Linda wants to take the baby with her, and they won't let her. They won't let her because they realize they got set up. Police show up at the crime scene on Van Zandt Street, and the baby is, thank God, alive in one of Linda's cars.
Detectives started smelling something. And we found Joana, the mother, in the back of a vehicle. She'd been long dead. Our big regret is we couldn't do anything for the mother.
Joana is found in the trunk of a car, bound, gagged, with a plastic bag over her head. Chris Robinson says he sees Linda place the bag over her head.
And, she was trying to kill the lady.
Chris Robinson says Linda did it. Now, why does Linda do that? Joana Rodriguez doesn't know Chris Robinson. She knows Linda Carty. Linda Carty's her neighbor. Linda needed her gone.
She wanted us to dispose of the body.
Dispose of it in what way? She just kept talking about how she gonna burn her up and burn her body, and man, that's some gross, pretty cruel shit.
I don't think there's any way good to die a violent death. I don't like to speculate. I really don't like to speculate. But horrific to take a young mom like that. She's only 20 years old. They called Ray Cabrera. Joana's husband testified.
There were 3 co-defendants with Linda. Chris Robinson, Carlos Williams, and Gerald Anderson. They were ultimately found guilty of aggravated kidnapping and sentenced to 20 years, 45 years, and life in prison. But Linda was different. This was Linda's brainchild. Linda was the ringleader. But she said she had been set up by Chris Robinson.
At the time of that murder, I was asleep. I was at my hotel room. I had no vehicle. My vehicle had been stolen or taken away from me. The crime scene was about 40, probably more, minutes away from my hotel room. So there was no way I could have done what they said I did.
So she was found guilty of capital murder, and she was found to be a continuing threat to society. So she was sentenced to death.
The controversy surrounding Linda Carty's case centers around the fact that she is a British national.
What her attorneys and others now complain about is Linda Carty was a citizen of St. Kitts, which is part of the United Kingdom. And so she should have been advised her Vienna Convention rights, but she was not.
When a country signs a treaty with you, they're supposed to respect that treaty, irregardless of what. They have not. The state, the courts have not respected the Vienna Treaty. All I want is a fair trial. I want to have my time in court where my attorneys will be given enough time to go out and prove to you that I did not commit this crime. And none of the courts so far has given them that opportunity to do so.
After spending 20 years on Texas death row, Linda Carty really could face an execution date at any time. She has exhausted just about all of her major appeals and is eligible for a date at any possible moment.
My understanding is that baby Ray and his dad have gone back to Mexico, and they live there now. They were here to chase the American dream, and they got a capital murder instead. Will there ever really be justice for a baby boy who will not know what it's like to be hugged and kissed by your mom? I don't know.